lot of motion in Scotiabank Arena there tonight, and we have waited for this game for quite some time, and it's been a while since I've talked to you guys, and it was killing me every single day. You know why? I'm like, oh, who do the Raptors play next? Oh, right, it's this game, and we have to wait a week and a half to watch it? NBA, you're killing us. And tonight was the night, and we knew from July, whenever the trade went down, that everyone circled February 22nd on their calendar, because the story in the game today, DeMar DeRozan makes his return to Toronto for the first time as an opponent. And it was going to be a very interesting contest. Some people questioning if people are going to cheer him, and I'm like, why would they boo him? I mean, I understand he's salty about the trade, and I don't blame him for some of it. But really, he's arguably the best Raptor of all time. Why would you boo him? And clearly, Raptor fans there, I mean, there was no boos, really. If there was like a couple. You didn't hear any of them. It was all cheers. Literally all cheers right from the moment he touches the floor at shoot-around. You know, Raptor fans see him come on the floor and standing ovation for DeRozan, as expected. And then player introductions. DeMar DeRozan gets announced by Herbie Kuhn. And standing ovation from Raptor fans, as expected. And in the first timeout, video tribute. As there was expected to be a video tribute for DeMar DeRozan. Standing ovation for a minute, 2 minutes by Raptor fans. And the thing I loved about that tribute was, if you guys watched the game on TV, you would have noticed the image in the bottom left corner of your screen was DeMar DeRozan's reaction. Now, he was just sitting there and he was glued to the big screen watching this video, and that tells you right there how much he means to this city and how much the city means to him. Because, you know, he wanted to be here. We all know that. And I know we got Kawhi Leonard, and I'm so happy. And the Raptors are 44-16, and it's incredible with their 120-117 victory there today against the Spurs. But watching DeRozan not be able to take his eyes off the screen, and then when the video was over, he gets up, salutes the crowd goes nuts as expected, and then he doesn't take long to sit back down. And the reason I think he did that is because the emotions were getting to him. Because I think it really sunk in that he's not a Raptor anymore. And for Raptor fans, even me, I was getting a little emotional watching him, like, man, Debo, I kind of miss you, bud, but I do like Kawhi Leonard quite a bit. So, with all those shenanigans over and done with, we got a game to play. First quarter, Raptors win the first quarter by 3, 26-23. Now, the really weird part about the first half is the Raptors were not characteristic to the Toronto Raptors. Reason I say that, they were shooting about 50% from 3, and yet under 40% from the field. What? It just did not look right. It looked weird. And yet somehow, the Raptors were only down by 1 after 2 quarters of play at halftime. In the second quarter, though, Raptors were -4, 33-29. They gave up 33 points in the second quarter. You're -1 at halftime. Third quarter rolls around, and you got to come out flying. And the Raptors do. At one point, they're up by 7, and we're like, yeah, the Raptors are cooking now. Let's keep this thing rolling. They call a timeout. 10-0 run. Raps down 3. What just happened? This game was an incredible game. It was a playoff atmosphere. And, I mean, look. The Spurs are a great interior defensive team. And they're a team that can shoot the 3. They're a hard team to face. Yes, I get it. They're, 33-27. Only 6 games over 500. But they play hard. And the Raptors saw it in San Antonio. Really badly. And they saw it again tonight. Each team was matching punch for punch. And the Raptors were actually -2 in the third quarter. So you guys can do the math. Raptors down by 3 at the end of 3 quarters of play. You know, and you look at that and you're like, man, the Raptors gave up 68 points in the second and third quarter. That ain't good at all. That is awful defense. So the question will arise. Will they be able to tighten things up in the fourth and close this game out? Now, the fourth quarter, you didn't expect anybody to run away with it because that's not what the game entailed. It was a back and forth. Fourth quarter, Raptors up by 6. down by 3, up by 1, down by 3. I mean, it was incredible to watch this game go the way it did, right down to the wire. And with 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter, Raptors stuck 2. Serge Ibaka goes to the line, makes his first free throw. Like, all right, let's make your second, Serge, tie this game up and get a good stop and look to win it at the buzzer. He misses his shot, and we're like, no, Serge, you can't be doing this, bud. No. And we're down by 1, so it looks like the Raptors are going to have to foul. Ball gets inbounded to DeMar DeRozan. He slips. Kawhi gets the ball, and he dunks it home. Turnover for DeMar DeRozan with 15 seconds left, and the Raptors take the lead, 118-117. What just happened? I mean, he blew a tire. He looked like Zion out there, blowing a tire and, losing his footing. And Kawhi picks it up, of all people. I mean, the way that game ended was, I wouldn't say a storybook ending, but it was just, you can put all the pieces together. DeMar DeRozan traded for Kawhi Leonard. Raptors down by 1, need to get a stop, or need to, steal the ball, or foul and make them shoot free throws. But DeMar DeRozan, the guy Kawhi Leonard was traded for, turnover, Kawhi picks it up and wins the game for the Toronto Raptors. I mean, it was an incredible finish. And then a couple free throws at the end by Kawhi Leonard to make it a 120-117 victory. Bertans with the off-balance shot there to I guess, win the game. He misses it. And Raptors get the rebound. Lowry just barely keeps it in bounds. What a great job, though, to kind of be a ballerina and keep his feet in bounds. He was actually out of bounds, kind of jumped back in to get the rebound. So it was an incredible job there by Lowry. What a finish. What a finish. Raptors won the fourth quarter by the biggest margin in the game. They won the fourth by 6. And, like I said, the question would be, would the Raptors be able to contain the Spurs down the stretch defensively to win this game? And the answer, yes. The Raptors hold the Spurs, like I said, 68 points in the second and third quarter, 33 and 35 given up. In the fourth, when you needed to the most, the Raptors gave up only 26 points to come away with the 3-point victory. Was it pretty? No. Did people who went to the game get their money's worth? Oh, heck yeah. Did I get my money's worth? Did I didn't even pay for anything? Oh, yeah. The Raptors didn't shoot the ball well from the field, 43%. But from 3, they shot 47%. The team made a total of 6 threes down in San Antonio in the first meeting of the year against these guys. They made 14 today, 14-30. I mean, what a game by the Raptors. And look at this, offensive rebounds. The Raptors were crashing the glass hard. 14-9 were the offensive boards. 24 assists for the Raps in the game. 9 turnovers. It was down. The Raptors taking care of the basketball, finding ways to get it done. And this was a team effort. Pascal Siakam, he doesn't disappoint. I mean, he never disappoints. 33 minutes, he got 22 points and 6 assists on 7 of 10 shooting, 2 of 2 from 3, and he gets a couple steals as well. Leonard with 25, but he shot 8 of 23. Not a very good night percentage-wise for Kawhi, and 0 of 4 from 3. 2 steals and a block for Kawhi, and a +8 on the floor. I do not like Kawhi Leonard taking that contested 3 late in the... about 3 or 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and you're up or down by 1, and you take a contested 3 early in the shot clock. Did not like that. We won the game, so I'm not going to complain about it, but... Just thought I'd throw my 2 cents worth in there for you guys. Ibaka had a tough time shooting, but he still fires you up a double-double there. 13 points, 14 rebounds. Lowry with 17 on 5 of 10 shooting. Danny Green gets you 17. The starting unit, a big reason, the main reason why the Raptors won this game. And somebody who's not going to get talked about a whole lot in this game because of the whole Kawhi Leonard and DeMar DeRozan game, right? Jeremy Lin. Now, going into the fourth quarter, I think he had, 2 points, and he was like 0 of 5 shooting or 1 of 5 from the field. He was not shooting the ball well whatsoever in the first 3 quarters, and neither was Marc Gasol. At one point, they combined 1 of 10 from the field. They were having a tough time, the 2 newcomers for the Raptors. And look, guys, don't expect the bench to be, ridiculously good for a little while. You're trying to implement 3 new guys right now, and Patrick McCaw, who hasn't played much. So you're trying to implement him into the starting lineup as your bench. You guys get what I mean. And Gasol, who's played, 5 games? 4 games as a Raptor? And Jeremy Lin, this was only his 2nd game. Right? And you don't have Fred VanVleet. So you're trying to incorporate some new guys. It's going to take some time. But watching Jeremy Lin in that 4th quarter, you see what he can do for this team. You really can see the beautiful pass to Serge Ibaka. He dribbles it down into the paint, right? Doesn't see anything, but he finds Serge Ibaka in a beautiful, sweet pass right through his hand. Ibaka with the one-handed slam. Beautiful. Makes a couple jumpers in the 4th quarter. Heck, Jeremy Lin played 19 minutes, and probably half of those were in the 4th quarter. Maybe not half of them, but quite a few of them were in the 4th quarter because he was playing that good. 11 points, 3 rebounds, couple assists, 4 of 11 shooting. But like I said, he was terrible in the first few quarters. So he really found his groove there later. Marc Gasol gets in foul trouble, and I'm not sure how. They were all soft fouls, except for one, but even that's a stretch. One, he got called for a blocking foul by guiding a guy out of bounds. He just kind of stayed with him, went like this all the way across, and he gets a foul for it. I'm not sure why. The little tap to Jakob Poeltl's back, that's a foul. I'm not okay. That's 2 of his 5 fouls. Now, you could arguably say a couple other ones were pretty damn soft. And plus he shot the ball terribly as well, right? He was 2 of 7 from the field. He shot an air ball, and he was 0 of 1 from 3. He didn't have a great game. However, 7 points, 6 assists for the big man in Marc Gasol. Big night there. OG Anunoby, in very limited minutes, only played 16 for the Raps, but he had 9 points, shot 3 of 4 from the field, 3 of 3 from 3 for OG Anunoby. He was making his threes, and if OG can consistently do that, oh my goodness. He'll be a weapon. Norm Powell had a tough night, though. 1 of 6 from the field, guys. 2 points, 3 rebounds in 13 minutes. And Patrick McCaw, this is probably one of the only guys, I think you guys can attest to this, that I can go out there and I can watch this guy play. And he had no assists, or no points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. And he missed 1 shot, took a 3, missed it in 11 minutes. And I can sit here and say that I really liked watching Patrick McCaw. He's one of the only guys I can say that about. It was awesome to watch him out there defensively, and just the way he plays. I love Patrick McCaw. I'm loving what I'm seeing out there on the defensive end from Patrick. He was great out there tonight, and I think a lot of Raptor fans are taking a lot of love to Patrick McCaw. I am. What a game by the Raptors. The story coming in, DeMar DeRozan facing his former team. He has a great game, 24 points, 4 boards, and 8 assists on 7 of 12 shooting. He was incredible. DeMar DeRozan, again, we all know what he is. He's an amazing player, great mid-range guy. But you seeing his passing, but he's got shooters with him. That's what happens when you have shooters with you. You can make the assists as well. You can get a lot of assists. Look at Lowry, right? He's got a lot of good players around him. And his assist numbers are way up there. Big night from the Raptors there tonight, guys. I thought they had a great game. Look, did they shoot the ball pretty? No. But it's the first game out of the All-Star break. You haven't played in a week and a half, and this game was full of emotions, and it's really hard to play a hard game when the emotions are all towards the guy in the opposing team. It's really difficult. And to see this team come out there, win their 7th straight game, it is awesome to see. Now, next up for the Toronto Raptors, we got to try and move on from this game, but the emotions are at an all-time high. The Raptors welcome in the Orlando Magic to Scotiabank Arena. So you go from DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs to Orlando. And that's a 3:30 tip-off there on Sunday. It's an afternoon one. The Magic have been playing really good basketball as of late. 7-3 in their last 10 games. They lost their last one. I actually think it was tonight, actually. And but they have been playing some great basketball. The Raptors cannot take these guys lightly. They're in the midst of their 6-game homestand. I think this tonight was game 4, if I'm not mistaken. You play Orlando at home, then Boston at home, and then home for Portland. So maybe this is only game 3, and then in Detroit. So the Raptors got to continue to take care of business on home court, and they got to continue to win basketball games. 7 straight wins for the Toronto Raptors, all right? Long video, but we all expected it, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed the video, and you guys enjoyed tonight's game in all aspects. You loved the looks of DeMar DeRozan on the screen. You loved the little spin move that he had there in that I think it was the second quarter. Let me know in the comments below, guys, your thoughts towards this game. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed this one. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. All that great stuff. Let me know everything you thought towards this game, guys, because there was a lot going on. That's why it was a long video. I needed to talked a lot to you guys about this game. There was a lot to break down, but it needed to get done, and what an emotional game. And Debo, as much as you're a Spur, we all love you in Toronto. We always will. However, we do like Kawhi Leonard quite a bit here in Toronto, so I'm not gonna say anything more than that. All right, so guys, Evan and I will talk to you guys podcast edition sometime next week. I haven't decided yet with him what our plan is yet for the podcast. Links are in the description for the podcast channel and for the podcast itself on iTunes. Twitter is also down below. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff, and I will talk to you guys Blue Jays edition sometime. I think it'll probably be the end of the week. We'll be breaking down spring training games. The first spring training game is tomorrow against the Detroit Tigers. Ryan Baracki's going to get the start. I think he's going to get the start tomorrow. I think that's what Charlie Montoya said. Anyways, and as for the Leafs, they take on the Montreal Canadiens tomorrow night. The Leafs go holy smoke, so many teams. The Raptors go from playing DeMar DeRozan and the Spurs tonight. Tomorrow, the Leafs play the Canadiens. It is going to be an emotional couple nights here in Toronto. I'm going to go gray thinking about it, but you know what? It's fun. This is what sports are all about, people. You gotta love it. All right, so we'll talk to you guys Leafs edition tomorrow night as they take on the Habs, looking to get some sort of traction. And how about they score in the first two periods? That'd be quite nice to see. And more or less get a victory against a team that's chasing the standings, only 3 points back of the Montreal Canadiens. Huge game, a lot of implications on the line for both teams, all right? And as for the Toronto Raptors, guys, like we said, they will be taking on the Orlando Magic at Scotiabank Arena, Game 4 of the 6-game homestand. The Raptors and the Magic, 3:30 tip-off, Scotiabank Arena on Sunday afternoon. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and the game tonight, and we'll talk to you guys then.